Welcome back to the channel Learn by Practical. This is the first video in a new series on Angular authentication. In this video, we will be setting up the structure of our Angular application. There are multiple ways of structuring an Angular application. I am showing one of the way. Here is the diagrammatic representation of a Angular 17 auth application. You can see I have several folders like auth folder, shared folder, layouts folder and dashboard components. Let me briefly explain what does all this folder contains. Coming to the auth folder will contain all the auth related components like login component, register and OTP verification component. Our auth component will have its own models and it will have its services like auth services and another service util services that will be used throughout our application. Inside our root directory, there is a shared folder. This shared folder will have all the shared components like header, footer and any others that are required. Then we have layouts. Inside layouts, I will have only one layouts, admin layouts. You can create multiple layouts, but right now I will be using only one layouts, that is admin layouts. And there you will have a dashboard component which will have its own dashboard services. This dashboard component will use the above layout, that is the admin layout, as you can see over here. And there is an interceptor folder. This interceptor folder will have all our interceptors like token interceptor, loader interceptor and error interceptor. This is the basic diagrammatic representation. Let's begin by creating a project. Back to Visual Studio Code. I have already created an Angular 17 project in order to save our time, and I have already compiled this Angular project. You can see it contains only the basic boilerplate code that is provided by the Angular. If I go inside my src directory, you will see only the app components and app.routes.ts. Let's start creating the structure of our Angular application by creating all the auth components. Inside my terminal, I will type ng generate component. It will be generated inside auth. I will type login. This will generate a login component inside a auth directory. It has generated a login component inside auth directory. You can see I have login component. Let us similarly create a register component. So I will press my up arrow. It will show me the previous command I have run, and I will type register, register, register. This will create a register component. And another component that is required is OTP verify. So all the required components inside our auth folder has been created. If I go inside my auth folder, you can see login, register and OTP verification. Back to our diagram. Inside our auth folder, I have created all the components like login, register and OTP verification. We will create models and services later on. Let's create the shared folder. Now I will type ng generate component and shared shared shared, and it will contain a header and footer component. Footer. It will create the footer components. Back to the design. Then we have to create a layouts folder. It will contain a admin layouts. Let us also create this. ng generate component layouts, and it will have an admin layouts. So in a layouts folder, you can see I have the admin layouts. Let's check a diagrammatic representation. What are the other things that are left? We need to create a dashboard component and interceptor. We can create interceptor later on in this project. I will create right now just dashboard component. This will have dashboard. Inside dashboard, I will have my dashboard component. So our dashboard will be created inside a dashboard directory. So all our required structure has been created, which is needed to work on this application. So let us try to lazy load our auth related component using load children. So inside routes, I will create a path. I will create a JSON object that will have a path attribute. It will have auth and I will use load children. Before using load children, I would go inside my auth directory and I will create a new file which will have names auth.routes.ts. So what we will be doing here, we will be loading the auth routes inside load children. Let's do that. So the load children syntax is like this, and I will import before importing that. Let's write some code inside a auth routes.ts file. I will open this auth routes.ts file and I will open approute.ts file. So I will copy all this content from approutes.ts file inside auth routes.ts file. I will remove this right now and I will name this as auth underscore routes. This will contain all the routings that are related to a auth component. This is similar to the way we try to load our modules. So inside our load children, I will import this auth routes.ts file. So import and I will click on auth. I will go to the auth folder and I will type auth routes. This returns a promise. So in this way, we maps our auth routes. So during a modular structure, we used to create a module and module routing.ts file, and using load children, we try to map that module. But in Angular 17, we create auth route.ts file in a auth directory and map that auth routes using load children. Basically, this will create a lazy chunk of auth routes. I hope you have understand this. Let's try to load a component inside a auth routes.ts file. So inside a auth route, create a JSON object that will have again a path key, and this will have like which component I want to load. I want to load login component. And when someone types path register, I will load component register component. And if someone visits the page like OTP verification, I will type path OTP happen verify and my component name will be OTP verification. I hope these structures are clear to you. Now, if someone types only auth, I want to redirect them to the login component. How can I achieve that? I can, if the path is blank, redirect to login and path match is equal to full, and I will add a comma. So our routing for the auth route is generated, and try to save all. And inside my app component.html, I will remove all the boilerplate code and I will add my router outlet over here. Let's check in a browser. Inside a browser, if I type auth/login, you will see our login works. If I type register, it will says register works. And if I type OTP verify, it will says OTP verify works. Let's add the routing for our dashboard component also. So if there is nothing, we will show a dashboard component. Inside a Visual Studio Code, I will go inside my dashboard and I will create a new file, dashboard.routes.ts. So I will copy and go inside my dashboard routes and rename this route as dashboard routes, DSH, BORD dashboard, ROU, dashboard routes, and try to quickly load component path blank, then it will load component and I will import my dashboard component. If you want to lazy load a single component, you can use this way also. So let us save this and let us add this routing in the. So if path is blank, I will say load children my dashboard routes. So now if I save all and see in our browser, our dashboard component will be loaded. Let's check if it is displaying or not. So if I check my browser, I see dashboard works. Back to Visual Studio Code, but I want, when my path is blank, I want to load my login component. So I will add path, then I will redirect to auth and path match will be full, and this will be only accessible when someone type dashboard. Now if I save this, I will see my login component. Inside the browser you can see login works. Let us install Bootstrap in our Angular 17 application. So I will go to the Bootstrap site and in the home I will copy this command and run inside a terminal. So inside the terminal I will paste this command and wait till Bootstrap 5.3 is installed. Our Bootstrap 5.3.3 is installed successfully. Now let's map the SCSS in a angular.json file. I will go inside my angular.json file and I will paste this code, basically node modules, bootstrap SCSS, bootstrap.scss. I don't need this comma, and I will save this. Whenever there is some changes in angular.json, it is recommended to restart your application. So I will restart my application. Let's copy some code from the Bootstrap and add to a project. I will go inside examples and I will take some headers. I will copy this header which has login and sign up. I will copy this and paste it inside a header component. Inside a Visual Studio Code, I will go inside my shared folder and I will open my header component.html and I will paste this. Similarly, I will copy the content of footer and paste inside a footer component.html. Let's do it quickly. Inside a footer component, I will paste the content. I've already copied the content and I will paste inside my footer component. So I will save it. Let's display this component when dashboard is loaded. So how can we do that? Let's first of all move inside a admin layouts component.html. I will add a app header and app footer. HEA app header. So right now app header is not a known element. To make this as a known element, I will go inside my admin layout component.ts and I will import header component. Similarly, I will also import footer component because I will be using that. I have added header and footer component. Let's go inside a admin layouts component.html and I have added. Now I will add app footer. Inside a app header and app footer, I will use router outlet. Router outlet. Basically, inside header and footer section, our rest of the content will be displayed over here. So right now router outlet is not a known element. So we need to import router outlet. Here is the router outlet. So if you see, I am not getting any error. Now let's see how can I use this admin layout in a dashboard component. If I go inside my dashboard routes.ts, let's close this, and inside dashboard. So this is dashboard. Inside dashboard routes.ts, I will be using the admin layouts. Let's see how can we do that. Inside dashboard routes.ts, if path is blank, then our main component will be admin layout component, and inside admin layout.component, I will use children to load a dashboard. So children accepts an array of objects. Now inside a array of objects, I will provide an object which will have a path of blank, and the component which will be loaded is this one. Let's save all. Now if I go to my browser and check when dashboard component is loaded, we have our admin layouts rendered or not. If I go inside my Angular auth and type dashboard, you will see I have header and footer, and inside that dashboard works. Let's fix this. Dashboard is moving towards left. Inside our app component.html, I can rename this class as a container. So if I save and check browser, you will see dashboard works. But when I visit auth, you will see I don't have any header and footer. So like this way, you can implement multiple layouts in your Angular project. Till now, we have implemented the complete routing. Let's start working on a auth component. Let's paste the HTML content in our login component. In order to save us some time, I have already copied the HTML content. So this is basically an HTML content. Our focus is solely on Angular. How can we implement it in Angular? I have also copied the required CSS and I will paste inside our login.css file. Let's quickly do that. Inside our login.css, I will paste the CSS. Now if I check browser, let's save all and check the browser, you will see our login component is rendered. Similarly, let's add the HTML structure and CSS to our register and OTP component. I have pasted all the required HTML CSS for all the pages like login, OTP verification and register pages. Let's see how does it look in a browser. Let's save all and check it in the browser. So if you see our login page, it has two fields, email and password. Right now it doesn't work, it shows only hash. We will implement this form later on. If I go to the register component, it displays please sign up, name, email, password. Already have an account, click to sign up. And if I go to my OTP verify screen, you will see I have the OTP verification screen. Till now, we have implemented the required structure. In the next video, we will be implementing the template driven form. If you have any suggestion, please let me know. And what other things I need to improve, please comment. If you feel this is helpful, please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.